Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Slade and Paige, and today we're going to be talking about the reunion for Love is Blind. And I'm going to be doing my makeup while we talk about it. So my eyebrows are already did. I did that before camera. And so let's just get into it. So for the opening, everyone looked good. Everyone was giving looks. Paul dressed in his casuals best. I don't know why. He was like the least dressed up out the bunch, but he was straight looking. Kwame and Chelsea, they looked great. I like how they was kind of like coordinating a little bit. He looked suave. She looked beautiful. Brad and Tiffany, gorgeous as ever. Love them. Chris and Bliss, beautiful. I loved her makeup, loved her gown, loved her earrings. Everything about Bliss was beautiful. And Chris was giving a little slight caveman. He grew a whole beard, y'all. So the first couple that we got into was Brett and Tiffany. Because, they were so wholesome. We love them. So the first thing we talked about was Tiffany going to sleep in the pods. Of course, it was adorable. She said she was just so exhausted, like, it was so much going on. They was talking for like so long. And finally she just said, I love you. I think I'm falling for you. And after she got that off her chest, y'all, she was like, okay, I'm relieved, basically. I got it off my chest, so now I can rest. And homegirl went to sleep after that. And I found it adorable. They even showed the scene, and it was like so intense because it's like, he's like, Tiffany? And she sleep, and he looked so sad, like so distraught. But I'm happy that he didn't really take that to heart because they still ended up getting married, and he proposed like the next day. So it was like nothing to him because he knew that was the girl for him. Yes. And Brett said his favorite memory with Tiffany on the show was when he had made that little cute little dinner for them, and they had he had blew up the little pictures. And, they had their little day. He said that was his favorite. And we also had, talked about Marshall role playing it. And Marshall was like, when he was in the pods talking to Tiffany, he knew, of course, Tiffany went for him. But he knew for sure that Tiffany was for Brett. And I love that for him. I love that for them. My bad. It's just so cute. And it's just so nice how they made, good friends. And they're, Brett and Marshall, they're, legit friends. And I love that for them. It's just beautiful. I see these two positive black men on screen. And it's just a good sight to see, So, our next couple is Kwame and Chelsea. Yes. Okay. So, the first thing that we talk about when we get into them is they were finishing the conversation from the pool party that they was having because, they didn't finish it because it had started to rain and thunder and all that. So they never really came to a resolution and a understanding. So I believe this is when they come from Mexico and they're outside the little condos, whatever they were staying in. Chelsea was walking her dog and they continued their conversation. And Micah, apologized because she knew that it looked weird for her to be over there talking to Kwame for 20 minutes. And Chelsea had asked her what had started that conversation in the first place. And she was like, and Mike was like, oh, I had told this joke that was very insensitive. I had said, I had gave a little toast to a fair proposal. And she said, he had got mad. And, of course, I know that wasn't nice. And, we was talking about that. And after, he accepted my apology, then we just started having a little another conversation. She was like, oh, okay. And then this had came up in their conversation. Chelsea asked her, well, it was something about who broke up with who. Because Chelsea had remembered Micah telling her in the past, I'm breaking up with Kwame. But Kwame told Chelsea that Kwame broke up with Micah. So she was like, she really didn't know their story because she was just really focusing on her and Kwame's story. She wasn't really focusing on anyone else's, But they came to a great understanding. They hugged it out. And it was a cute little moment, So on stage, they talked about it. Basically, Chelsea ain't worried about nothing, okay? And it is what it is. And no one really cared because Michael was like, Well, the proof is in the pudding. He wasn't for me. He was for her. They're happy. They're married. They're still married. Because, yeah, this is like a year later. So, basically, it all worked out how it was supposed to. And Kwame was like, he even still have the breakup letter from when he was fin to break up with Michael, but Michael just got to it first. But my thing is, I just feel like he was lying because in the pods, the way they edited, the way it make it seem from what he said, Micah was his only girl. Micah was the one to him. And when she broke it off, I don't think he was expecting that. He didn't really know that was finna happen. And he did try to propose to her. And I believe she stopped him. And I don't think he was expecting her to be like, I'm with Paul. Remember she told him it was a slow burn. I wasn't. It just slipped. It just ended up happening. It was like a slow burn. How she ended up falling in love with Paul. And dude started crying. Remember he broke down. He cried. And then when Paul did propose to Micah, remember he was like, yeah, congratulations. Like, he wasn't too ecstatic. He wasn't upset. Well, he wasn't happy, I tell you that. He was for sure not happy. So I will call cap on Kwame. He was lying. He was lying his butt off, okay? And I think he probably told Chelsea that he broke up with Micah because he didn't want Chelsea to feel like she was second place. And in my eyes, the whole time she was second place. That was his second option. He did not like her like that. So I don't know. He weird. He's weird. But Chelsea's sticking beside her man no matter what, okay? That's what she's giving. And she don't care what us naysayers say because that's her man. She's sticking beside him. So next, y'all, they end up bringing out Mean Girl Irina. And the crowd was booing her, and I was booing along with them because we do not stand Irina over here. We do not stand Mean Girl energy, okay? And let's make this clear. We don't really stand Micah either because Micah was with that Mean Girl energy. I don't know why they didn't come for Micah as much as they came for Irina, but they both deserve the smoke, okay? Let's just put it out there. They're both mean girls, and they're both very ugly inside for how they was treating the other girls in the pods. I do not stand for that at all. But yeah, so Irina's on the stage. They welcome her to the stage, and they start playing Irina and Micah's best moments. So they played all the clips of them being mean girls. After the clip had played, it looked like she was finna give us like some white girl tears, but I'm happy she did not cry because I wouldn't care if she did or not. She lets us know that she has apologized to the other girls on the show, and she started talking about the reason why she did all this and that, and basically her apology, which I personally did not really care about. And then they get to Zach and they ask him, do you think she took your relationship serious? And he said, no, I don't think she took my relationship serious. And then she said she felt some type of way. Well, she didn't feel no type of way, but she feels bad that he didn't feel like she did take the relationship serious. Because to her, she did. And she felt like Zach was like the best person in the pods. And Zach was like, on piece of paper, Zach was for her, but in real life, it just wasn't there. She was having panic attacks and stuff like that, and she didn't know how to express her feelings to him and all that. So she was coming up with a whole bunch of excuses on why she was behaving the way she behaved. But Zach had called her out and said, you came on this show to get famous. And when I tell you my mouth dropped, my mouth dropped. I didn't expect nobody to say that. I have been hearing people say that. Like, a lot of people on the show, they just came for the clout. They didn't really come for love. They didn't care about getting married at the end, which is what you're really here to do. But they wasn't really giving that. She came to get famous. I believe it. That's probably why she was acting like that. She thought she was going to be like a fan fave. No one likes you, girl. Chill, calm down. No one likes you. And when Zach was talking, like, you can hear, like, pain in his voice. It really felt like he was finna cry. And it was so weird. It turns out when Zach and Irina broke up, and she was like, "Oh, have you been thinking about Bliss?" And he was like, "Yeah, I've been thinking about Bliss the whole time." Um, not Bliss, but Irina ended up texting Bliss and saying, "You dodged the bullet," while also texting Zach and saying, "I hope everything works out with Bliss." She's weird, man. Like, she's weird. They say there was so much things happening behind the scene. They was not going to speak on everything because this was a year ago and they're just not having the reunion. But Homegirl is very manipulative, and I think she came out there trying to like save her image, because I believe she is being bullied because people was not liking how she was acting on the show. So she was trying to seem remorseful, but she wasn't coming off very genuine. And I wasn't really buying it either, I'm be honest. I was not buying it, and I did not care for any explanations that she had. I was very over her. I'm actually shocked she came. It just seemed like she probably tried to do a little damage control. Damage control was not working. It was not cutting it for her. But maybe she came because, she likes the cameras. I have no clue. So next we're on Micah and Paul. So they did, while they was on Irina, they did bring up the Irina flirting with Paul thing. And he was like, he didn't really see any harm in it because he didn't think flirting with Irina would have done any damage. And I don't know, that's what Paul said. Tell me in the comment section how y'all feel about that, okay? So they also ended up playing this clip that a fan edited, slowed down, and seen, and they said that Paul had touched a bridesmaid on the butt on the slide. While he was like walking past her, he touched her on the butt. And it seemed like the bridesmaid was cool with it. And you already know the bridesmaid is Michael's friend. Michael's friends are weird, and I side-eyed them, okay? And I kept watching it. And his explanation was, I just touched her to let her know that I was like in the way, like he said he had bumped her. So he was like, "Oh, sorry, I bumped you," type thing. But his hand was too low for, "I'm sorry, I bumped you." You know what I'm saying? So it does look like he touched that girl on the butt and that she was cool with it. I don't know. Maybe she was cool with it because she's like, "I don't want to start any drama." Or maybe they was like flirting behind the scenes. I have no clue. I don't know if that really happened, y'all. I'm just guessing. But yeah. But that's what he said. He said it was just a "sorry, I bumped you" tap, not a "let me tap your butt" tap. That's what he said. So then we got on the thing, if Paul didn't answer first, would Micah have said yes or no? According to Micah, she would have said yes if she went first because she was going in there, I guess, to get married. But she didn't want Paul to feel stuck. If she had said yes, she didn't want him to say yes too, not, so she wouldn't get embarrassed. That's her reasoning. That's what she's sticking to. I heard her say it twice so far. Paul said he feel like he would have still said no. And I'm with Paul. I feel like Paul still would have said no too, because he had so many reasons why he said no. And he stood by his decision. He seemed very serious about it. He put a lot of thought into it. I don't see him saying yes just because he don't want you to look bad. I don't see that happening. And we also got on a part where he said he don't see her being a mother. Personally, after seeing her on the show, me either. She is too mean to be a mom. I wouldn't want her to be my mama. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But that hurt her because she said she wants a family. So, that was hurtful. We also found out, y'all, that they had dated briefly after the show. And it was very briefly. I think he said they dated while she was still in Seattle. And then he had went to Arizona because she had back to Arizona. He went out there for a weekend and it ended after that. So they weren't together too long. Not too long at all. And then y'all, Zach ended up spilling some tea, saying that he heard that Micah never even wanted to marry Paul. And that came up because Zach was like, you out here trying to make Paul look bad, but you didn't even want to marry the dude. And he said he heard it from people that was sitting on the stage with them, women that were sitting on the stage with them. So the Lachey's over here trying to be messy, like, well, who is the woman? And she was like, Vanessa. Vanessa was on one night, y'all. She was like, well, you brought it up, not me. I'm just asking. And he didn't want to put nobody on the spot. So Miss Vanessa started asking, was it you? Was it you, Chelsea? No. Was it you, Tiffany? Nah, it wasn't Tiffany. So they go to Irina. Irina, was it you? And Irina started trying to give them an explanation. She was like, oop, found her. So it's hinted that Irina was the one that told Zach that Micah ain't even really out here trying to marry Paul. And I believe that. I believe it was Irina because remember, Irina and Zach, they were engaged for a short period of time. So, yeah, I believe that. I do believe that. So, y'all, now let's get on these messy heifers, okay? Messy. We on the threesome, y'all. The love triangle. We on Jackie, Marshall, and Josh now, okay? So, y'all, Josh and Jackie are still together. I'm blown. I seen it coming. When Josh had came to Chelsea's birthday party, I looked at that man. I seen how he was acting. I said, he seemed like her type. He seemed like exactly what she want. And I was right. She wasn't ready for a real man like Marshall. I'm going to be honest. She was not. And she I believe she basically kind of said that. But yeah. I knew it, y'all. I just knew it. And look at me. Raven Master Jr. But yeah, so Josh and Jackie now live together and they have a fish and a dog. And the fish is named Rick. And they are happy. So they did not show up to the reunion. I hated that. I really wanted to see Jackie. I hate that she did not come, but she was on like a Zoom call with Vanessa. And you can tell what she was saying was wild because everybody on the cast was looking at each other real crazy. Like, they showed us everybody's face. Everybody was looking real crazy. But she was like, her and Josh are happy. And Marshall had called her a derogatory name. And Vanessa had asked her, why do you think Marshall wanted the ring back? And it's like, what do you mean why he wanted the ring back? But that's what she asked. And Jackie alleged that Marshall wanted the ring back because he wanted to propose to another castmate so that he can stay on the show. So now it's Marshall's turn to defend himself. And he said he never called Jackie a derogatory word. All he said was he was basically retaliating from her calling him sweet. Now, they were supposed to be playing, but obviously she was not playing because the same things that was brought up in her leaked text messages with her friends was the same thing she was calling Marshall. And she kept calling him sweet. She was like, you sweet, whatever. So what Marshall said was, you have a strong jawline. You could be a man for all I know. And Jackie got mad. Now, he said, was I right for that? No. I was wrong. But we was like going back and forth, like doing that. They was like jabbing on each other. You know what I'm saying? So she got mad after that. So with the ring thing, with that ring statement, he said he did not want the ring back to propose to someone else. He said that ring was a symbol of his love. And so when he picked out that ring, he picked it out specifically for her. He said, I know she would like that. So he wanted his ring back because he said she did not deserve his love. And I felt him 100% on that, and he is correct. She did not deserve his love. Why do you want another man's ring if you're happy with someone else? Why? And then Vanessa did ask Jackie, do you still have the ring? And she said, yes, I still have the ring. Why? Why do you still have that ring? You don't need that ring. Tell your new man to get you a ring. Like, she was blowing me with that. Oh, and Marshall did go on a date. He did not propose. He did not want to propose to another castmate. But he did briefly date a girl. They went on one date. Her name was Cachet, I think. They went on one date, and she had found out through Jackie, not like personally, but Jackie had made like a post. So Cachet had found out that him and Jackie didn't work out, so she had reached out to Jackie. So Cachet reached out to Marshall, y'all. My bad. Cachet reached out to Marshall, and they end up going on a date. That was it. They did not do anything more. No, he was not trying to propose. That was it. So they asked him, do you have anything that you would like to say? And basically, he said he wanted a ceasefire. He wanted Jackie versus... Dang, y'all, I cannot talk. He wanted Jackie versus Marshall to be over because it was a year ago. He said he has no more feelings. He just wanted it to be over. He wanted a ceasefire. And they was like, all right. And I feel like he handled himself like a gentleman. She did not deserve that man. He deserved better. I hope he finds better. I hope he learns his worth. Do his little therapy. Stop trying to find projects. You do not need a project. You need a woman. And Jackie got who she wants. She got who she deserves. So I hope everyone lives happily ever after. I really do. Oh, yeah, and I forgot to say something about Zach and Bliss. They didn't really touch much on them other than that Irene situation. But they did get to have their dance, y'all. So they was like, oh, did you guys enjoy your dance with what you guys' song? And they said they did. They enjoyed it. They loved it. It was beautiful. And it really was beautiful. When I was watching it, I don't know why I didn't put two and two together that was the song. Don't ask me why I didn't. But when I watched it back again, I said, oh, that is beautiful. That's why everyone was just around, surrounding them, watching them dance. Beautiful, beautiful. So then we end up seeing clips like of them in their marriage life, like how they living and stuff. Brett and Taylor, cute, adorable. He had a little shoe collection he showed us. She showed us what they eat for breakfast, and since we was there, they was finna, have a little champagne or whatever. Who else was it? Kwame and Chelsea. Yes, homegirl still has her pink. It's not pink everywhere, but she has a little pink here and there, and she gave us a little marriage advice. Have 2 separate bathrooms, which I totally agree with, okay? And then you had Bliss and Chris. And Chris, dang it, y'all. Have I been calling this man Chris the whole time? My bad, y'all. I be calling Zach Chris sometimes. But Zach ended up singing a song to Bliss. And I don't know, y'all. I was not feeling that song. But to them, it was beautiful. And I'm just going to let them have it there. But I was not feeling it. But it was a sweet gesture. A very sweet gesture. And I'm pretty sure Bliss loved it. So that was all of the reunion. Nothing too major about it. That was season 4. Oh yeah, and then this what blew me. We had an old cast member come on and ask the new cast a question, and it was Bartise. I was not expecting him. I was expecting a couple, like a successful Love is Blind couple, but no, they brought on a douchebag, Bartise, and he had his newborn baby. Well, not newborn, but he had his baby, and he asked them who's going to have the first Love is Blind baby. Because Vanessa, homegirl, she needs to just give birth. She says she wants number 4, but I guess since her husband don't want to give her number 4, she's trying to get the couples from Love is Blind to have the first Love is Blind baby. Homegirl got baby fever for real, and I don't think no one's really messing with it right now. No one was giving, yeah, we're going to be the first. And everyone's like, no, we're going to chill. We just got married not that long ago. We want to travel. No one's trying to have the first Love is Blind baby yet, okay? Maybe she should talk to season 1 or 2 and see what they on, okay? But season 4 and 3, they can chill. Don't have no baby. Don't rush the baby, y'all. Enjoy the marriage first, you know? So that was the Love is Blind reunion. I hope you guys enjoyed my little voiceover. I know I be messing up when I be talking, but that's just me, y'all. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow us on all our social medias. Bye, guys.
Everybody loving the vibe. You can't fuck up the mood. You can't fuck up the mood. Yeah. Take out all-star players. How the fuck we gon' lose? How the fuck we gon' lose? Yeah. I got 5 bitches to choose. Fuck them all.